Car Stories Season 2. First episode of it all is Serenity. So, thanks for watching. These are shot in black diamond details. Hit them up. I don't know if I can see that because my camera's weird. Does car detailing, ceramic coating, tint, wraps. He does it all. He's a very good man. Randy, Black Diamond Details.
Hey guys, it's Jess at Serenity.
What got you into the whole car scene thing?
Honestly, I kind of like already was in it. Not like in it with the car, but like me and like my friends would always go to car meets. We would take like our parents' cars and just like park really far and just like go to them because they were fun and like we really enjoyed the cars and stuff. And then I would say like a couple months after us doing that, my mom and stepdad actually surprised me with this car on Christmas. So I've had it for like 2 years now, and as soon as I got it, I actually like went to a car meet because I was like, oh my god, now like I actually feel like I fit in, you know. So I went to those, and then I met a lot of people, and I built a lot of relationships with people, especially like joining like the car clubs and stuff. That was like a give and take situation, but I had a lot of fun in the beginning, and then I slowly got out of that because I moved out of town. And within those 2 years of me being gone, I ended up like starting to build my car. I started my social media stuff, and yeah, I just progressively got to, you know, what I wanted it to be. Because when I got it, it was so funny because I actually told my mom, was like, I want to do this, I want to do that. Like I had already had all this stuff planned. So like to be able to see it like how it is now and it be basically finished is like the best thing ever. And honestly, if I hadn't went to those car meets like before I got my car, I probably wouldn't enjoy it and as much as but I think the car community is really fun. I definitely miss how it used to be. I can say that. It's gone somewhere. I don't know. These past 2 years that I was gone, and like I moved back here thinking that it was gonna be better, but feels like it's gone a little downhill. But I still have that to come home to and drive to work or, you know, anywhere, and it's just as much fun. I haven't lost any love for it.
Who got you into cars? Like,
so my aunt actually, she had a Charger when I was younger. My mom had a Challenger. I always told them, like, you know, I love y'all's cars, but I want a Camaro. So I was like, I can't do the Mopar, but I like their cars. Their cars are really nice. And obviously, like, I was younger, so I didn't really understand, like, what the car was and knowing that it was a sport car. But my cousin actually ended up kind of teaching me a little bit about like the car itself. So whenever I figured out, you know, that those were sport cars and the Camaro was, you know, similar to that, I knew like, no, I want a Camaro. And so for like the longest time, like I always said, I want a Camaro, I want a Camaro. So yeah, and here I am. You know, my mom was able to gift me that, obviously, knowing that it's something that I've always wanted. So yeah, I think her love for cars has also like gone to me, considering that she was so okay with getting me that, especially as a first car. Not a lot of parents would do that.
so who was your first sponsor?
My first sponsor? Ooh, that's a hard one. I have a lot. You know what? No, my first sponsor was Rap Cartel. So he actually wrapped my car. So I had messaged him a while back, and I had, asked like, hey, like, would you be interested in doing like some kind of sponsorship? I was like, even if not, like, I still want to get my car wrapped. And I was slowly coming up on Instagram at that point. I think I had like 6,000 followers at that time, and you know, I didn't expect him to like be like, oh yeah, like totally, because the cars that he was doing, it was for bigger like people on Instagram. So I was like, okay, I'll just give it a shot. Like it never hurts to try. So I messaged him. He ended up, agreeing and was like, yeah, like I see like what you're doing and you're doing good, and he liked, the content that I made on Instagram. So we ended up, going over that, and that's whenever I wrapped my car blue. That was the first one. And through that whole process, he actually had me contact Evolve and ask if they would be, interested in doing a sponsorship too. And that actually fell through also. And I think that like really did it for me, and really pushed me to like keep doing social media, because like I wasn't like I'm saying, like I had like 6,000 to 7,000 followers. Like it was nothing. Like you don't see people with that kind of following count get stuff like that, because like getting your car wrapped, and like the wrap's not very cheap. So I was very grateful for that. Definitely thank God for that opportunity. But yeah, and luckily, they both decided to stay sponsoring me till now. And he did do the pink, and then the pink was also sponsored by Evolve. So again, very thankful that they kept working with me, and like since then I've gained like 20,000 followers after that. And that was honestly, if I didn't have that push from them, like seeing something in me, I probably wouldn't have pushed content as hard as I did, and I wouldn't be where I'm at on social media wise, if that wasn't the case. So.
Who's your favorite sponsor? I know you might get in a little trouble for that one.
My favorite sponsor, I don't know. It's kind of weird because like my sponsors, they vary. So like I have some clothing sponsors. I have obviously for the lights, the wrap, and people who work on my car. I would say Evolve. Just considering that they wanted to see my car like this, like not only me, but they did too. And they had hope in everything that I was doing. So, yeah.
Who was your biggest inspiration for doing all this?
My biggest inspiration is Autumn. Spooner?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I think so.
She, I followed her for a while, and she had the purple ZL1, and I actually got to meet her last year at Fuel Fest, and she was really sweet. I love how she does her content, and that's kind of what I based mine off of, kind of like just to have an idea, obviously, I really liked what she did. I love how she had like her own passion for cars and what she wanted to do. Because that ZL1 she built it exactly how she wanted it, like the color, the engine and all that, and she did all that herself. So like I think that's just awesome as being a female in this industry. I mean, it's already hard as it is, and she makes it just look so simple. And that's honestly who I still strive to be. I think yesterday I was talking to one of my friends, and I was telling her like I still strive to be that. Like I want to be that big in the car community. Like I want to make just as much content as she does. Like, I want to make new connections like she does. Just, she pushes me because, you know, like, we all have our life stuff that goes on. And whenever I do see her, like, on Instagram, I'm like, just keep going. Like, because she's talked about her starting, you know, like years ago, and like obviously, you know, she progressed to what she is now, and I'm like, you can still like keep getting bigger. You just keep going, you know, keep pushing, and that's what pushes me to keep doing like this stuff, because it can happen. You know, I said that 2 years ago when I did have that 6,000 followers. I was like, I'm gonna get up there. Like, I have to, you know, like, and I did. Like, I'm pretty close to hitting 30,000. I'm like, and just keep going, you know, keep pushing it, keep reaching, you know, maybe other girls who are thinking the same way I am, because I've had girls message me and then be like, oh, like, I love, like, that you have this much passion for cars, like, being a girl, like, it's hard, like, I want to be like that. And I'm like, that's so crazy, because I thought like that, you know, with her, with Autumn, and just to make that change, especially in the car community, is very much needed. You know, being into cars isn't just a dude thing. It's a girl thing too, you know? And I think that should be more known. And I've gotten some hate and some, you know, from doing this. Like, I've gotten so much on Instagram, in person, the car community here, like, it's always like something, you know, negative. But I love it. Nobody's gonna take this away from me, especially the feelings that I have towards it. But yeah, like, that's my goal at the end of the day, is to show girls and other people that no matter who you are, like, you can have a love for whatever you want, as long as it makes you happy at the end of the day.
What was the first mod you did to your car?
So the first mod was the LED lights. So they change color. It was like, I think the reason why I had first did it was because it was cheap, obviously. I mean, I was in high school, so I was like barely making any money, but I wanted to start building my car. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just do the lights then. Got the lights for like $130 off of Lighting Trends. And I paid like this guy like $300 to put them in. Love them. I had them on red because my car was black with the red accents. But yeah, that was the first mod, and it's funny because like now, 2 years later, Lighting Trends actually sponsors me, so I get a discount code. And it, like, anybody who goes on their website and purchases something, they can use the discount code, and they get like 10% off of everything. But yeah, I'm like, it's crazy how like that works.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I know you're going to Fuel Fest here in a couple days, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite event you've gone to, or who did you not think would ask you to go out that they did?
Honestly, like, I think I've liked every event that I've gone to there in Dallas, like Fort Worth area. But considering I never went to Texas 2K, so like I couldn't speak upon that. I think Fuel Fest, honestly, because I'm pretty sure that was the biggest event that I've gone to car-wise. And like I had said, I had went last year. I mean, it was really fun. Like, there was so many cars, like, you just couldn't even believe. Unfortunately, it actually got rained out and we had to leave early. So we didn't get to, like, see everything. Just because, like, we didn't want to be out in the rain. So we stayed in, like, where the Tokyo cars are. We just stayed in that little, like, garage because it was pouring outside and freezing. But that's where I got to meet Autumn, so that was like definitely a core memory for me. I actually took my car out there, and that was right after I got my wheels, changed the color of my calipers, I got tint, and then I had a lip. And it was a little like a different look, obviously, considering like what it had looked like. So after doing those couple like upgrades, I took it out there. That was fun, just having my car out there in general. Got some pretty good pictures. But this year, um, they ended up contacting me, and they asked me if I was gonna attend, and I had said no, just because I have a lot of stuff going on, um, just in general, um, and I didn't really have the time, or like just driving 4 hours in general somewhere and being there for a whole weekend is just a lot on its own. And I kind of had already told myself that I was just going to wait to go until next year, until I kind of did a little bit more to my car. But when they messaged me, they really wanted me to go out there, so they ended up giving me VIP tickets, and I'm going this weekend. So I'm really excited about that. I'm getting to take um, my boyfriend and one of my best friends, so they'll get to experience all of that with me, which is really cool because we'll get to have access to all the VIP stuff, and I'm like so excited. But like opportunities like that keep coming, and it's like just like a little reminder to keep going, to keep doing content, and that other people, not only myself, are seeing what I'm doing. And yeah, because I'm sure a lot of other influencers can say the same thing, but it's hard and it's a lot to try to keep content going, and trying to find people who can like take pictures for you or do videos, or having to wash your car, like for it to be clean in these pictures, and then for you to like, even like when I model cars or I'm modeling my car, like I'm having to get ready, like that's taking time out of my day, figuring out what content you're gonna make, like it's like really stressful, especially whenever like you have a job, and you have family, you have relationships, like that also takes a lot, of time. So having to squeeze this in is a lot on its own. Um, so that's kind of like why my content has been slow, because I have gotten caught up in a lot of life things. Obviously, we're all human. It's gonna happen. But like when stuff like that happens, of course, it's like just don't give up. Like yes, it might be slow, just don't give up. Because I've thought about it a couple times, and it like hurts to like say that because I don't want to. Like sometimes I just want to like not post anything and just enjoy my car, but it's like, why? Like people love what I do. I love when I make content like that. It's just like I think sometimes life just gets in the way of stuff like that. It gets to you.
So with everything going on in the car community now, what do you got to say about it all? Just like takeovers and all that other fun stuff going on.
Honestly, like I don't even know, because like when I did live over there in like DFW area, I did go to like a lot of car stuff, cars and coffee, the car events that they had. Like that stuff was awesome, like fun. Like I think that was honestly the most fun that I've had anything to do with car related things. But like here, like I said, it's kind of boring. It went down a lot. The only thing I really go to like now is cars and coffee. Like that's the only thing I like enjoy going to, especially like having a job and like being busy outside of everything else. There's just no time to like just go to a car meet, because by the time y'all have y'all's car meets are like at 8, and I'm in the gym. Like I gym almost every single day, so it's like I'd rather be building myself mentally and physically than being at something like that. just because I kind of see glimpse of like what it is and what it's turning into, and I don't like it. I don't. It kind of seems like and looks like it's turned into something that's, I don't want to say like a joke, but it's like not as passionate as it was, a couple years ago. Um, Especially like when not only me, but when people go out and, they're wanting to show off their car, it's something that they love. And there's always, those people who are going to talk down on it, or have just something to say about your car. It's just not, it's not okay. And like, I don't want to put myself in a situation where somebody's going to criticize what I love, especially if it's not theirs. And like, if they're not the one who's building it, then they shouldn't have an opinion on what your car looks like or what car you have or anything like that. Because when you're in the car community or whatever you want to call it, like, everybody has their own taste in cars. Like, it could be classic, like, the new muscle cars, older muscle cars, or trucks, or just any car. Like, there's always somebody who's gonna love that car just as much as I love my car. And why would you want to go and look at something that somebody loves and be like, oh, this is wrong with it. Why did you do this? Why did you do that? Why don't you have this? Or, oh, look, that's messed up. Like, that's literally all it is. And it's like, yes, everything could be better. Yes, I could have this, I could have that, I could get this fixed. But it's like, you don't have to point it out. You don't have to say it. Keep it to yourself. And honestly, I feel like if it wasn't like that all the time, I probably would attend car meets, because that's not how it was. What I remember the car meets or any event being like is, oh, your car's nice, like, what you're doing is awesome, or the progress on your car looks good, like, oh, like, maybe you should get this or get that, like, that would look badass, or like, it's not so negative. And I wish that it wasn't as negative, because I think our car community could have been bigger than what it was. And unfortunately, it's way smaller than what it was, and that's not what should be happening. I think that we should push to have more car events here. Not just car meets, but like actual car events. And, try to spread like more positivity in the car community. And just like show people like, hey, there is people here in the car community in Lubbock that will support you in whatever car you have, support your build, support, whatever situation you're in. Like, not everybody's gonna have a Corvette, not everybody's gonna have a Camaro, not everybody's gonna have a freaking Nissan Altima. Like, you could have a sport bike, you could have the slowest sport bike, you could have the slowest car. Like, it all just comes back on what you love and money, and nobody knows what situation you're in. You're never going to know what another person's situation is. So if, they can only afford this or they can only afford that, like, that is what it is. You got to consider everybody's life and, their feelings, because when you sit there and you're like, we can talk about my car. Like, if you're going to sit there and say, like, oh, I don't know, your wrap's messing up, or you have bugs on your car, or, oh my gosh, like, you have a scratch here or there, like, okay. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, are you getting satisfaction out of that? Because, like, I know, and it's sad because I've had people tell me that before too. I know I'm not the only person who this happens to. So I have been thinking about having an event and making it Lubbock based, but I kind of want to talk to more people about it. And I want it to be, just for that reason, just so that everybody feels welcome, and like no matter what your car looks like, you know, like you're still family, like no matter what. So hopefully in the next like year or even couple months, we could get that going, and maybe get the car community back to what it was.
We did a shoot a couple weeks ago, right?
Mhm.
Where we were talking about all this.
Yeah, and that's kind of why I mentioned it. But yeah, I think that definitely needs to be talked about more. Just because it's fun. It's fun being able to take your car out and talk to other car people, because then like you start learning things. Like I learned so much from just going to car meets. Like I learned so much about my car. Like I didn't even know half the stuff about my car until I made new friends in the car community. Like they taught me stuff. Like I'm forever grateful for them for that, you know. Obviously when I got my car, it was like, wow, it's Camaro, like, you know, but I didn't know everything. And I can't even say I know everything now, because like you're never gonna know everything. But that's another thing like I want to push for too, is like teaching other people, like showing other people, like, hey, like your car has this. Oh, like I didn't know that, you know, like stuff like that. But yeah, I know. I guess this is like you can call it like real. Like,
Yeah.
like you can put, not like I don't know. I guess because like kind of talking about a lot of personal stuff, because like that's not what I post, you know. Well, that's how it is for everybody, I think. Like nobody posts how it actually is.
And that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Literally why I'm
Yeah.
here.
Considering like I don't even have makeup on, my hair's not done, and that's all it is on my page.
Mhm.
So it's like,
The raw version of you.
I know everybody always talks all like positive and, you know, unicorns and rainbows, but it's like it's not all the time, and like it's okay not to be okay. And it's okay to open up about things like that, you know. But yeah, that's also like why I wanted to do it, because I was like, you know, like I want people to see like not just like who I am, but like who I am, you know. I'm not always all dolled up and cars all clean and, you know, just like, because it's not always that. And I think also a lot of influencers should show that, like, hey, like, you know, I don't think I've ever seen any influencer do that at all. But it's like, it just shows people that, like, we're real people. We're not fake. We're not like AI.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, you can hide it all day long, but it's always gonna show through one way or another. But this is gonna be. Hello, here it is. I honestly never would have thought I would have got a Camaro. Especially like growing up not from a family that's wealthy, because we weren't. You know, like my past was a rough road to go down. And I'm obviously not going to talk about that because it's my personal business. But it was definitely not normal. It wasn't easy. It has affected me in so many ways, especially like now being an adult. And like not only myself, but like my family, like my mom and my siblings. So considering that my mom found a way to, I don't want to start crying.
It's okay if you do.
But considering that my mom found a way to be able to give me something that I've always dreamed of is like more than anything that I could have ever asked for. Because I always told her like, hey, like, I want a Camaro. I was like, you don't have to get me one. But, you know, if you do, that's like, that'll be so great. But I was always like, I'll work hard and I'll get one. Like, this was never a question. Like, it was gonna happen no matter what. And I was gonna do anything in my power to make sure that it happened. And so her getting that for me was just like you can't even explain that. And it's sad, because a lot of people, I think, take that for granted. When there's people who are like, oh, like my dad got me a Corvette, or my dad got me a McLaren, or a really like a 2024 ZL1 or something, and I'm like, that's nice, but this is nice too to me. And obviously, like, I want to work even harder, and I am working even harder to be able to get something even nicer. But this car isn't going nowhere unless it's ripped out of my hands. It is not going anywhere. Like, I don't care what I have to do to pay for it. I don't care whatever. Like, I'm never getting rid of this car. And this car, like, not just because, like, I love it, but because it was a gift from my mom. And, like, in the future, I want to be able to show my kids, like, hey, like, this is what your grandma got me, like, oh, way back when, like, this is the car that I fell in love with, like, this is the car that I built for years up to then, and I always want to see it, even if I don't drive it, like, frick, you can just stay in the garage and just look cute, pink, if that wasn't a hint, I'm definitely probably going to keep my car pink, but, yeah.
So, one last question. What would you tell to anybody that wants to do what you do? What would be some words of inspiration, kind of?
So, honestly, like, just have passion for what you love. If it's your car, or if it's modeling, or if it's doing social media, like, seriously, just do it. Like, that's what I told myself 2 years ago. I was like, okay, I want a car, I got that car, and I told myself, I'm gonna build it. And what did I do? I built it. I told myself even before I got my car, that I wanted to model. And what am I doing? I do it, even like social media, a year ago, I told myself, I want to be a pretty, not a huge influencer, but yeah, that would be really cool. But, just big enough to make a difference. And I did that. Don't ever think, you can't do something, because anything is possible. All the way down to getting a car, all the way down to you wanting to do whatever it is, you can do it. It's hard. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. You have to keep telling yourself, like, just keep going, go, like, do it. Like, don't ever think an idea that you have is stupid, because it's not. Trust me. Because some of the stuff that I've made on Instagram, I'm like, oh, that's so dumb. Like, why did I post that? And then it ends up getting over 1 million views. And I'm like, oh, okay. Right? Especially with, like, my modeling stuff, like, for anybody who would want to do that, like, model cars and stuff. Start with modeling, with friends' cars. Friends' cars, your car, and then once you start building, like, a portfolio, almost, that's when you can start talking to people that you don't know, or going to events, because that's what I did. I started off with my friend's car. Even my friend that was a photographer, I modeled his car. And then I started doing my car, and then I started going to events, and, as I kept doing that, that's whenever I started gaining more followers, and then I started actually getting events to contact me and be like, hey, we want you to come model at our event. We'll pay you this, this, and that. We'll cover everything. And I'm like, okay. And I've done that a couple times actually. And it's really fun. I really enjoyed doing that. Got to meet a lot of cool people, like other models who do the same thing. But now I can't say much about the getting followers on Instagram part, but I can say if you want to do that, just be yourself. Like be as on, how do I say it? Be as authentic as you can, because you cannot be nobody else but yourself at the end of the day. This is obviously going to show that. You can fake it as much as you can, but you can copy somebody else, but you're never going to blow up if you do that. You gotta make everything, personal, almost. I mean, you can look at my Instagram. I don't look like nobody else's. I had a thought a year ago when I decided to actually go hard and do content, and I had an idea of what I wanted my page to look like, and that was the mixture of the things that I love, and which was cars, myself, gotta love yourself, and my car. The main thing that I absolutely love with my whole heart. And that's what it's been for that past year, and it's gotten me to 28,000 followers. And they've stuck with me for this whole year. And it shows that, like, there's people out there that are going to like you for you. They're going to like what you're going to do. They're going to like your car, Some people might not like my car. Some people might just like me, or some people might just like my car and not me. Like, I don't know. They're following me because they like something that I like, Anybody can, it's really hard, but anybody can do it. Instagram is kind of a harder platform to gain followers on, and views, but the realest stuff is what blows up. It's not just you being funny. It's not just you being hot. It's not just your car being like really, really fast. It's you being you and being you to your full potential.
Thank you.
Well, that was it's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be good.
Yeah. You can just